welcome back to Exposed. We were just talking about religion and
in
schools and whether they should be secular or not. And speaking of religion in schools, I don't know if you remember, there was a story in the news last year about this woman who was wearing her headpiece in, I don't know if it was a college or university in Montreal, but she was kicked out of class because of it and asked not to come back. So What do you guys think about that?
Well,
You think at that level of education there would be a lot more understanding about religions and cultures and certain ways of how people are.
Well, I know that news story had a lot of controversy for a while, and there's all different sides of it, and people were saying that the actual teacher was fine with it, but it was the administration and their school policy and stuff like that. But I think that incident has sparked, in Montreal, and it's also in other cities and a lot of places in North America and in Europe, about tolerating other cultures and religions. I mean, France has been very secular for a while now. In September, they actually put a ban out that you are not allowed to wear the burqa, or I don't know which one is that, the actual burqa, but it's the veil covering your face. So the one where it's completely covering, it's they only see through mesh, and then the one where you can only see their eyes, and those are completely banned in the country. So it's at that level where it's not just in the debates aren't just going on in school, it's going on should this be a countrywide policy, Yeah,
we were also saying government officials aren't allowed to wear any religious symbols, or public buildings there aren't allowed any symbols anywhere.
That's been in effect since 2004, that you can't, the anyone who works for the government, so that's including public school teachers, you can't show religious symbols while at work, and that it's not just targeted towards Muslim people, but also Jewish and Christian. You can't have a cross. And
it's probably just trying to make the workplace a lot more professional, but I mean that's in the workplace. When you're walking down the street and you're not allowed to wear your face thing.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, the entire country.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I would say if you're at the workplace or you're at schools, then yeah, they should probably be secular. It just makes everything run a lot smoothly. There's less problems, and you know what I mean? Just, if you're gonna, you're gonna do that, then go ahead, do it on your own time. Do it at home.
I was surprised to read the fines. They said it in euros, but also in American dollars, that the fine, if you broke this law of covering your face, if it's actually the woman doing it herself, it's around close to $200 fine. But if it's someone forcing her to wear it, they can spend up to a year in prison, and it's a $15,000 fine. I find that's crazy.
Yeah, that's...
And I don't know,
It's a little extreme.
I think it's just mass. Basically, I don't want to sound like a conspiracist or anything, but I mean it seems they're just way too paranoid with the whole terrorist thing, and they're just trying to smash everything that came out of those cultures.
Or even Sikhism, they have their I forget how many special items that they're supposed to have on them at all times, but there's a bracelet, there's something that goes in their hair, and they have a type of, it's not it's a knife, but it's not really a knife, it's tied up under their clothes and everything, and they have a special pair of undergarments that they're supposed to wear at all times, all the time. I remember hearing a story that there was a young boy playing soccer or something, and he had his knife with him, but under all his clothes, and they totally everyone freaked out, oh, it's a weapon, and I can understand that, but I mean, if it's they made like replicas of them so that they could actually have them, because it's like a part of who they are to them. That's like, who are we to judge and say no, you can't wear that, it's like, so they made like a replica that can't actually like injure somebody, and I guess they wear that in schools.
How do you think the youth in Kahnawake like feel about this type of issue? Like, do you find we're more tolerable of other cultures, or?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
For the most part, I don't think so.
No.
Well, personally, I am, but I don't. If I had to, sum it all up, I'd say no.
Well, I mean, there are some people I know
Yeah.
people that embraced the off-reserve culture, but most people are. I mean, I don't want to make them sound ignorant or anything, because they're not ignorant. They're smart people, but sometimes the stuff that they say, just they have to rethink before it comes out of their mouths. Sometimes, there's a lot of.
It's just like stereotyping. and
Exactly.
I think all of us sometimes it happens to some of us, but well, I do think some of it is ignorance and not I guess not knowing enough about other cultures. But then some people will say, well, like why it's not my culture, like why should I know about it?
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we are all living on the same earth, like maybe we should know, we all have to like communicate with each other. That's how the world works now. Like,
I think there's just a lot of bitterness that's been passed down through the generations about.
yeah. I don't know. I think we should all just embrace diversity, But I don't know.
But,
People say a lot of things, you know what I mean, about other races or other nationalities, other cultures. It's like you never even met anyone who is of that, background. Like how would you know? You're just coming off of movies and things that people say, like, what are
movies are like profound for like stereotyping, and but what you're saying is and I'm pretty sure, like relating back to our subjects of a while ago, is that I'm pretty sure a lot of people rant about like stuff like this on Facebook.
probably.
Yeah,
Mm.
hear a lot of Frenchmen being thrown around that word.
I don't understand that insult, like, at all. Like, I find it's the stupidest insult ever. Just for
That's
someone
what
to
I
be
mean.
offended by
That's
being
what I
called
mean
a
by it's
Frenchman.
just people being bitter, but sometimes it could be an insult, sometimes it's not. If you ever, never mind. If you ever met someone from the Eastern Townships, they could be a little forward about some things. People that have been like stuck on a farm for their whole lives, and
That's understandable.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for this week's show. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, feedback, or questions, you can email us at mohawktv@hotmail.com or give us a call at 450-632-6397. Anna, and see you again in 2 weeks' time.
Anna.